guys, I'm Pacey This backstage, Country in the Park with John Morgan. Man, first of all, you came to Country in the Park on the better of the 2 days. The weather's great.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were all sweating, so you can actually, dress as great as you want,
Yeah, man. I'm like, I got the tank top on underneath,
Yeah.
so if it gets too hot, I wouldn't do that to y'all.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm excited to be here. It's gonna be a fun night. We were sweating our hind end off down in Alabama yesterday, so we feel your pain.
So last night you performed in Alabama.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
So you just hopped on a flight and you were like, I'm going to NorCal.
Yep.
Okay.
We did. Here we are. We get delayed once, which is easy.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah. So you right now, well, this isn't your hit right now, but one of your biggest hits is with Jason Aldean, Friends Like That, right? So how was it working with like Jason Aldean, like a star?
I mean, I always try to learn something from those guys. You know, it's fun to. I kind of have my own process, and wrong or right, it's just how I've done things, right?
Yeah.
But it's cool to see somebody else's process and try to, take a few things out of their expertise and put it in your own bag. You know?
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun working with him. He's a great vocalist. He hears a lot of stuff, and yeah, he's just a cool guy too. That goes a long way.
So is there anything like major that you learned from working with him that you can recall off the top of your head?
I mean, honestly, he's helped me a lot on the business side of things. He's been doing it he's got a 20+ year-long career, so he's seen it all at this point, and just becoming friends over the last 4 or 5 years. He's really helped me out on that end of things, as far as like, hey, maybe try it this way or stay away from something here, and that's always been cool to me.
So did I read it correctly that did you meet him in an Uber?
No, I didn't meet him in an Uber, but through an Uber ride, yeah.
Okay.
When I first started making trips to Nashville, I was just kind of writing with whoever would write with me at the time. And I was talking to another publishing company and like really was chasing the production writing world. That's kind of what got me to move there. I wanted to be a writer, and so I was kind of in that phase of not really having a lot going on, but had a few leads,
Yeah.
Me and my buddy went out to eat one night and met this guy who picked us up in an Uber, and he was just a nice guy. We started chatting, right, and didn't think anything of it. He drops us off, parted, went our own ways. Well, fast forward a year from then, I had a little more. I was a little further down the road on this other publishing company.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to sign a deal, and we were getting some stuff written up. It was in that process, and I had a part-time gig working at Lucky Brand Jeans, if you can imagine that. And I was in there working one day, and this dude walks in, and I'm like, I recognize this guy. So I reapproached him, and turns out it was my Uber driver from a year earlier.
Oh, that's so
and
funny.
So, long story short, man, we started writing a few songs together, and he was a songwriter.
You and the Uber driver?
Yeah.
No way.
He'd been a songwriter for 20 years and had lived in Nashville, and we just started writing and started some ideas that he pulled some of his buddies in on, which ended up being Jason Aldean's bandmates. And so
Really?
That's kinda how, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, pretty wild.
So then you meet up with Jason Aldean, you guys become like friends, like coworkers, and like you start writing songs for him?
Yeah, well, it was probably I was a couple weeks after I'd written some songs with the Uber driver.
Yeah.
And I was out cutting my grass one day, and I get a phone call, and I answer it, thank God. And he's like, hey, man, this is Jason Aldean. I got your phone number from my boy Tully. And he's like, I just wanted to give you a call. And, mind you, I've never met this guy. Had no clue any of that was, coming.
Right.
But he was like, man, I'd love to, talk with you about a deal. He's like, we just started our own publishing company, our own record label. And he's like, we've been looking for somebody to sign. So, yeah, it's pretty wild, man.
That is insane.
Pretty wild. Yeah.
I feel like it kind of is a story of like fate almost, it seems like, right?
You could say that.
Yeah,
you could say that.
To me, that actually just tells you treat your Uber drivers with kindness, right?
Man. Yeah, man. Let them take care of you.
So you have your debut album, Carolina Blue.
Mm-hmm.
So how is that like? How what's going through your head as it's your debut album? Are you like worried about what people think, or are you just like, you know what, I'm just gonna put it out there. I think they're gonna love it regardless.
Honestly, I just tried to cut songs that I loved. You know, I've always tried to do that just because at the end of the day, if it does last, if the career does last 20 years, you're going to have to be playing these songs in 20 years.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I try to cut songs that I love and love to play live. But I think probably the mindset that, you know, kept me all right with it and not second guessing too much. I can beat something to death. But I went into it with the mindset of like, I've had some of these songs are 4 or 5 years old.
Right.
And so I've had the demo for that long, and I'm like, if these songs haven't got old to me in 4 or 5 years, then hopefully that'll translate with the listener once they're out.
Yeah.
You know? So I kind of narrowed them down with that in mind, and yeah, I'm just super proud to have new music out, and you know, it's daunting no matter what when it's your first full project. But,
Yep.
yeah, I'm super proud of it, man. Glad it's out.
You've said that you kind of want to set yourself apart from the rest with this album. Like, how is there anything that you were specifically going for to set yourself apart with this?
Not in particular. I would just say try to, you know, give different tastes of, you know, stuff I grew up on, stuff that I'm digging on now, sounds I like now, guitar tones I love. I just tried to, you know, keep all that in mind, because at the end of the day, you know, especially country music fans, man, they see through the BS. You know what I mean?
They sure do.
If you're trying to sell something that you're not, you can see through that.
Yep.
So I just try to keep it real, man, and write stuff that, you know, is true. Most of the stuff I write is stuff I lived out or seen, you know. Or,
You're being transparent about it.
I mean, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
You know? So I just try to keep that mindset, and I have so much fun. I had so much fun cutting this record too,
Yeah.
man. It like reminded me why I moved to Nashville.
Yeah.
Was to do music and get in the studio for 2 months and just block everything else. All the business stuff I kind of put on pause, and I was like, look, I gotta do this. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, people are loving it. People are absolutely loving it. So you're here at Country in the Park. From what I understand, you're kind of a fast food foodie.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I read that your favorite thing after a show, is it called an Out West burger?
Oh, yeah.
With the side of quesadilla?
Oh, yeah, who you been talking to?
I've been stalking you. No. You know, I'm
talking to my college girlfriend. Man.
So, I mean, is that where you're going to eat after the show today?
I don't know, man. I don't know what we got. I don't know if y'all got cookout around here.
I mean, burgers and quesadilla, that's kind of a combo. Where'd that
Yeah.
combo come from?
I guess North Carolina. I think cookout started in North Carolina.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a wild. It's like the late night spot back home. You
Yeah.
know? There's one in Nashville too that I've frequented more than I would like to admit. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I'm probably going to Taco Bell after this, so. Yeah.
I've spent a few days at Taco Bell
Yeah.
myself. Yeah.
All right, John Morgan, thank you so much
Thank
for
you, bro.
joining me backstage. Is there anything you want to tell the crowd before we go?
Oh, I'm just pumped to be here, man. We love the West Coast. You guys are always cool to us and show out. So we're excited to get out here and play and do our thing. And we can't wait to meet you afterwards. And yeah, thanks for the support.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Backstage, Country in the Park. Have fun, y'all.